Hello, good evening. Welcome back to Greedfall. Just loading in. And we are set tonight to actually advance some of the main story. Fortunately for us and our discussion, and rather unfortunately for some of the characters involved, poor Constantine. But at least we're helping things out. So we are about to go and bring back the people he needs. Let me actually see. Ooh, we should, in fact, before that, there is, contrary to my promises, both just now and in the thumbnail, there's at least one more side quest that I would like to do, so let's go and finish this one off. Talk to the Harlot. See what more we can find out about the knots being sketchy, as they often do. Okay. Let's see. I mean, that is back in New Serene. And bringing the healer back to Constantine will bring us straight back to New Serene. So, yeah, let's just do it this way. Let's just do it this way. This seems more simple. Oh, is that water? Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Let's go.
I can see from your face that you were victorious.
Indeed. I put the White Tenland down, who was enraging his kind, and destroyed their nests. The attack should no longer trouble you. I also encouraged the missionaries to leave. They will not return.
I did manage to finish this quest that I thought was bugged last time, just to clarify.
I thank you all the same.
In the end, we found the missing young ones. But alas, it was too late. Devoured by wild beasts.
And divorced to your end.
And this is that sad story that
well
Eddie didn't want to hear.
Now they should be able to find the rest.
Will you agree to accompany me now? My cousin needs your help.
I have packed what is needed. I am ready to journey with you.
All right. But like I was saying, I thought the quest was bugged. It was just a weird way that it was displaying on the map. And a weird way that it was described. I managed to look it up and finish it off stream, not a problem. That brought us to right here, finishing things up, ready to move back to New Serene, bring everyone we need to try desperately to help our poor cousin, or adopted cousin at least.
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze. Consumed by a smoldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it? Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You pop in just when you're needed, cousin, as always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as...
Your cousin is burning.
That is such a relief. Let me present Katisach, Constantine. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you. Please, stay.
I am here for you, Urnaxe, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you.
Ironic, because I'm guessing it's the spirits of this land.
Neither science
Hard to say.
surgeon nor mage doctor could do a damn thing to alleviate my pain. I give you my last ounce of hope.
Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention.
Well, he's back to an acceptable state, even if it's not perfect or ideal. Also, I should note, I'm wearing a coat tonight for the stream because I do have my window open, and it is set to drop into the 30s by midnight or so, or maybe by a little later than that. It'll probably still be in the 40s, but still, it'll be in the 40s, which is delightful by my standards. It does mean a nice coat is acceptable. But this is what I keep saying. All you northern people, none of you northern people are here, or at least have said hi yet. So, hello, if you watch this back, you northern people who often watch. This is what I keep saying. If it's too hot, there's very little I can do with it, especially if I need to be presentable in public. If I need to be teaching a class, I still kind of have to wear a collared shirt. I pretty much have to wear a tie. I've got to wear pants. I've got to wear proper shoes. I can't just go in a Hawaiian shirt, shorts, and sandals, right? Or less, if it's sufficiently cold. But if it's cold, or if it's sufficiently warm, I mean, if it's cold, the colder it gets, you can just put on more clothes and you'll be warm. Right? To any degree that's, within reasonable human civilization. Now, I'm not saying that places like Canada are reasonable human civilization. Let's not go crazy here, but like normal countries that are suitable for human habitation, that kind of thing. Yeah, just wear a coat, All right, so let's see how he's doing, and then
My dear
moving
cousin,
on.
come closer and tell me what brings you.
Constantine, is it true? Are you in great pain?
This sickness is horrible, believe me. Now I understand what your mother went through, but you have not come to hear my complaint. Speak, it will give me something else to ponder.
I have nothing to ask about.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
All right. Well, let's go look out for ourselves and for the congregation of merchants, and see what more we can find out about the Naughts and their schemes. Actually, let's actually select that as a quest. This one, Gretchen. We probably should. If I remember right, we should have Kurt on this as well. I think so. Let's go do that. There's Kurt. There you are. Let's leave Siora. Let's pick up Kurt. All right. If I'm remembering correctly, what was this? Yeah. Okay. This was about framing the girl Alba for stealing not secrets. And we suspect, at least, or we've come to suspect, at least, that it is the captain who replaced Vasco. Some of this was involving the coin guard, so we will bring Kurt for now. Wait. It's in the... We're talking to the what's her face? One of the harlots, right? There's some harlots, but why is there a harlot upstairs? Stay down here, out of sight. Alright, fine, whatever. Just go back upstairs. Anyway. Oh, you're right there by the door. That is just awkward. That is unprofessional.
Hello, my darlings.
Ugh.
What would you like, then?
I was told that Captain Reuben liked you a lot, and that you spent a lot of time with him.
He's one of my regulars, it's true. He always asks for me. It's because I'm the sweetest.
Does he confide in you?
Okay.
Sorry, my dear. But what's between my clients and me is nobody's business.
I'm not going to encourage that. I'm going to give her money instead.
Even if I offer you enough to enjoy 1 or 2 quiet nights?
I would appreciate it. But I still cannot tell you the secrets between Reuben and me.
Come on, it looks
Great.
like you work hard here. And I'm not asking you to betray him. Just tell me about him.
Well, it is true that a night's rest would do me good. All right. What do you want to know?
Superman. Is that her? Is that like a sigh? Odd phrasing. Word I'm not familiar with.
Did Reuben tell you about his relationship with his men and his superiors?
Oh, yes. He's always complaining about it. He was hoping for a promotion. He wanted to be appointed fleet commander, but they only changed his ship. And the crew is nowhere near his level, and his admiral despises him. He says everyone is unfair
Oh my
towards him
gosh.
and doesn't recognize his talents, and it has turned him bitter.
Sounds like Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2, which I've just been watching and thinking about Star Wars lately. So there you go. That's fine. That came to mind quickly. I've also been watching the Book of Boba Fett, and I've been, let's say, disappointed, but not surprised. Let's leave it there. And I will go. I mean, a lot of people have been the scooter gang, the Moss Vespa gang, so to speak, has been memed to death. But I honestly think that the biggest problem with the series is the plot structure of just, and then something happens, and then something else happens, and then something else happens, and then something else happens, without really any causal connection. Stuff just sort of happens, and that's what the plot is, both in the past, the sort of flashbacks for the Tusken Raiders, and in the present. Both of these are kind of, the plots seem very arbitrary and contrived, and I don't like that. That with, I mean, there are a ton of problems, but that's the one that bothers me the most, I think. Anyway. Erica says, I wouldn't care about that if the main characters didn't have brain damage. I mean, listen, that is at least one plausible explanation. That Boba spent too much time in the Sarlacc and got brain damage. Fennec spent too much time dead before Boba brought her back with the cybernetics. And so she had oxygen deprivation to the brain. Also brain damage. The Hutts are Hutts. So, who knows? Too much spice. The same with the Pikes. So, hey, maybe brain damage is a real, acceptable explanation for the logic that a lot of the characters show in the show. Like the gun train. Anyway.
Have you
Good
noticed
thought.
him change lately?
Not a good thought.
Yes.
That's the thought.
He's become impatient and anxious. He's become suspicious too.
Did he tell you about his plans?
Like everyone else, he likes building castles in the air. He told me that he would soon be someone very important and very rich, and that he would marry me. But they all say that.
Thank you, Gretchen. I'm done.
This man is a complete traitor. Bitter, dissatisfied, and anxious. We should follow him tonight. He may finally lead us to some solid proof.
This is that problem with bitterness that we really can see quite often as a real root of problems in a lot of people's lives. Where if you're this bitter about your station in life, it can lead to not only to your own misery, just being bitterness leading to you being miserable about your station, but also it can lead to you making things all that much worse. And I think this is a good example of it. If he had been a solid captain, things would not have gotten this much worse. But because he thinks he was, denied promotions and he was unjustly maligned and yada yada yada, the whole shebang, then he winds up making his own hell by just making things worse and worse by not acting appropriately in one station because he thinks that station is beneath him. It reminds me a great deal of Jordan Peterson's his talk on it's from the biblical lectures on Genesis. I think it was the Cain and Abel one. But especially the diner, where he talks about the sort of archetypal diner from hell, where if you work in somewhere where you have that much resentment, you can turn it into your own little slice of hell very effectively and efficiently.
We can see everything from here.
And man, his description of it is just brilliant and honestly hilarious, because we can all sympathize with it. We can empathize with this diner from hell, this this situation or workplace that you've just made into your own little spot of destitution and horror, because you think of it as beneath yourself, and so does everyone else there. This is the kind of thing that I think this new captain can be turning this ship into. And we even see a little of that. Alba thought that everyone's out to get her through completely his deceptions, right? His manipulations, his new captain's manipulations. And then also the other sailors are all seeing as well that this is not... the ship is nowhere near as properly running as when Vasco was in charge. There he goes. Okay, there he goes. Sneak snonk. Let's see, where's it going? I don't know the distance here. How far I have to be. Oh, I'm too far. Crap. You can see him. He's right there. Okay, so I have to be under 30 meters. But I'm assuming not that much under 30 meters. And he'll see me. Yeah, to be fair, it's also not like I'm being inconspicuous at all. I'm just crouching through the streets. But, whatever. RPG stealth mechanics, whatever. Do what it do. Gotta pick up some coins on the way.
Are your boots worn through? Is
No
your
thanks.
hat out of...
No, my hat is very stylish. Thank you. Okay, there he is, right there. Where's he headed? Where is he headed? I'm assuming he's going to the brothel. But maybe not. Who knows? Oh, he's not. That's a different turn. He's leaving the city. That's not what I expected. Huh. Not at all what I expected. I'm assuming then... he's running. He's probably, in that case, trying to go meet with someone to sell not secrets. Oh, yep. This is where we found that note.
Here he is, red-handed. Set up. Shall we arrest him?
Let's see.
We should first find out what he puts in the box. Let him finish. The way is clear. Now, let's take a look at this box.
Alright, let's see about this, huh? Because I would at least like to know what he's selling. I'm curious. And perhaps not saying this is a perfectly good and ethical idea, but since the thing is just sitting here abandoned, maybe we give whatever secrets he's selling to the merchant congregation. Just saying. Why waste this opportunity, right? All right, let's, there we go. There we go. Incense issues.
The captain and his buyer should meet here at nightfall. This must be where the exchange will take place.
Will?
Let's put the message back where we found it. Better no one knows we read it.
And we should warn the Admiral immediately. She'd want to know.
That was just a note.
Let's go.
Oh, why was it just a note? That's strange. I would not have thought. I honestly would have thought that it would be actual secret that he was doing a dead drop. It is a dead drop location. Let's go. There are things over here. Hmm. Okay. Ah. There we go. Alright. Start with a little detour. I mean, we did still catch him red-handed, so... It's not like we arrested him in the act, unfortunately. We maybe should have. Like, if I had known he was just dropping off a note... Maybe, but it should be at least incriminating evidence. So, should be fine. Alright. Roll.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
We know a little more. Reuben continues to use the dead drop and has made an appointment with his buyer.
He has quite the nerve to continue using that box even though he knows you know about it.
He must have thought that we would not come back. The meeting is tonight. This could be a good time to get the proof we need. What do you think?
That's an excellent idea. I will come with you. I want to see this traitor fall with my own eyes.
I am beginning to suspect a trap now that she puts it that way. Sketchy. Real sketchy. Okay, she can do that, okay. Making sure I didn't just completely lose the Admiral. That would have been a little funny. Alright, let's go over there, wait till nightfall. Be all sneaky sneaky. Oh, we have to go up there, don't we? Okay, here we go.
From this position, we'll be able to see the meeting discreetly.
Perfect. I can't wait to witness it. This traitor is going to find out exactly what it costs to make fun of us.
Men of the coin. I can't believe it. What schemes have we gotten mixed up with again?
The wretched traitor. How dare he sell us to lawless mercenaries?
Oh boy. Oh, we can just slide down. Okay, good, 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 good.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Come on, to my chicken! To the others!
There we go.
Ha! This traitor got what he deserved.
Is everything all right, Admiral?
It's nothing. Sorry to have charged like that. I got carried away. I
Really?
couldn't bear to
It was
see
fine.
this traitor sell his whole family for a few coins.
Do you want us to tend to your wound?
No, I'll go back to port and get back on my feet. Find the documents. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, the three of you.
All right. Fantastic. She only gets stabbed a little. It's fine. No big deal. I would ask, why is it always coin guard? But, I mean, mercenaries, I suppose. Contract sealed by the coin guard, addressed to Captain Reuben, promises him a large sum as well as a prestigious position on the continent in exchange for secrets of the Naughts. I mean,
in addition to a substantial sum, Reuben is also going to obtain a major post on the continent.
Disgusting that someone could accept a deal like... And we're surprised that some officers are not respected.
yeah, yeah, that's, I mean, it is, of all the factions to want to steal Naught secrets, the Coin Guard makes the most sense. Then following would be the Congregation of Merchants, I would think. Because both of them would stand to gain extensively by having access to their own, to ships of their own, basically. Let's just lump all that together. That, the Coin Guard relies so heavily on the Naughts, like we've been seeing, that it can understand them wanting to develop their own sort of parallel system. The same, honestly, could be said for the Congregation of Merchants, if only for the sake of trading, for similar reasons. This is Captain Reuben's journal with detailed information on secret sailing techniques of the Naughts.
He was ready to sell more than just his own knowledge. There are plans for machines and ships that he must have stolen from elsewhere. Everything is here. We'll give it to the Admiral tomorrow.
Is there an ore there? Can we give it to the Admiral or sell it to someone? Because if I could give it to my own faction, I was just saying, if the congregation could have access to the secrets of the Naughts, that would be exceptionally useful. Just saying.
Oh, it's you, unknown Menawi. Come and see. Oh, you'll receive beautiful things.
Why did I do that? Why are you pissing? I mean, I understand why you're pissing, but, like, in an alley? As if the Coin Guard's reputation weren't tarnished enough already. And no, I will not go back. That is already privacy invaded, and entirely accidentally. Admiral?
Desarde, what can I do for you?
There you go.
How are your wounds?
I recovered fast. It was nothing. Did you find the documents he intended to sell?
Yes, here they are. But there was more than just his
A
journal.
nice blueberry wine.
So he lusted
Wonderful.
after a prestigious position. And what a salary! I see that our secrets are still worth a fortune. Thank you for bringing me all this. We owe you a lot, Desarde. I will not forget it. Nor will I forget the lesson. Be sure of it. You have my full gratitude. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Okay. Alright, well, there we go. Level 31, nice. I think that is all of the side quests for the moment. Let's just upgrade what we've got. Oh, right. Agility, accuracy. Accuracy will let me do better. I'm gonna do willpower for now, though. I'll eventually I'll go back and do accuracy just a little bit so I can use better guns, but willpower is actually appropriate for my class. All right. I think, yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. I've got a bunch of missions that I'm probably never actually going to do. I've tried to go back and do some of these off stream. It's a huge pain. They're not well designed, honestly. I have to, unfortunately, have to say. Yeah, so these I'll get to as I get to them, I'm sure. Likewise here. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to find these. But here we go. What are we doing? In Glendon. Wait, does that mean we already got actually, we can go back to that. Does that mean we already did everything we need to win their loyalty? We just need to talk to them about, Milford, the native god. Heart's Gates. We haven't gone here yet. Animide. The volcano, basically, I take it. Dorhad Genedu. Yeah. And I think we'll switch out our companions as well to Ciora and Patras. Oops. Yeah. See if I have any junk to sell while I'm waiting for it to load. Oh. Wow. Nice, but no. Some of this stuff I really should sell, because it is all weighing me down ever so slightly, but I don't have to really worry about it. Let's keep going.
Do it.
Hello, my name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. May I enter?
Good day, Legate de Sarde. No. This building is closed to Renaigse.
I am Ciora, daughter of Bladne, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Mal of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember. And the Vorst Tirse. She was a courageous Mal. But you are not yet Mal in her stead. And you do not carry her seal. I am sorry, Ciora. I cannot allow you to enter.
I beg your pardon. I did not know.
If I cannot enter, perhaps you could tell the elder of the council that I request an audience.
Glendon cannot speak with you, Legate. Times are difficult, and his time is precious. He only accepts to meet the members of the council or their representatives.
How can I prove that I'm the representative of one of them?
If you are a trusted friend of a council member, he will give you his seal, and we would know it. I will then be glad to allow you to enter. You would be the first Renaigse to obtain such an honor.
I will return later.
If you have a seal, you will be welcome. If not, you are wasting your time and mine.
Hey, mashed potato. Yeah, that happens sometimes. No big deal. I mean, and to be fair, one viewer, it's my wife at the moment. Yeah, well, not at the moment. You're not my wife, and welcome, hello. But but she doesn't even actually really watch. She's more moderating and making sure bots don't swarm the chat. So, but really, it's just me playing Greedfall and chatting about it because it's really neat. Oh, not that. Wrong thing. Need to ask for Katasak's help. Yeah. Where? Down. It is wholesome, though, yes. Alright, not there. Are you kidding me? Back in New Serene. All the way back in New Serene. Really? I traveled 14 and a half hours here, 16 hours back. I'm walking for a day and a half for this quest. This already is. I'm obviously time skipping a bit, but Mashed Potato says, you haven't seen any of these screams, so you have no idea what Greedfall is. So Greedfall is, how do I describe it? It's a high fantasy RPG, so swords and sorcery, magic kind of stuff. But set in the Age of Sail instead of the Middle Ages, so the Age of Colonization, colonialism simulator, the game, plus magic. There's some great cool stuff about different things about religion. There's some neat stuff about interaction between colonists and natives, both positive and negative. A lot of it's pretty good. It has been definitely pretty enjoyable. There's been a lot to discuss. And there's also, all manner of intrigue, both political and religious and military, etc. As I was kind of mentioning earlier, there's been tons of intrigue about which I think is really fascinating given the structure of things, with the one singular major mercenary company that all of the rival nations of the old world, at least, all compete to hire. They all hire the same mercenary company, and they're at war with each other. This obviously leads to some really, really interesting interactions between those different powers, basically mediated by this mercenary company. They work almost like an arbitration agency, you'd say, or me and ANCAP would say, rather than a mercenary company proper. It's interesting, absolutely fascinating, that kind of political theory just kind of falls out of the scenario, falls out of the world building of the game. And our poor plague-ridden cousin, who's the governor.
Greetings, Katasak.
Bertirtumat, what can I do for you?
Let's ask about Constantine first, huh?
How is my cousin doing?
He's filled with dread as death approaches. Forgive him his mood swings. He's such a young boy, and he had so much desire to live. Thanks to my treatment, he suffers less. But his disease is getting worse, and I don't know what to do. It would take a power far superior to mine to break the grasp of this evil.
It's kind of what we thought. And then again, that is also kind of the main plot to this game, or at least the main objective of the main characters is curing this disease, the Malachor. Also, I was also speaking earlier about your strange land, Mashed Potato, of Cold Place, far, far to the north, where snow is. Where by contrast, you see, I'm wearing a coat because we're starting to get some nice cold weather. It is expected to drop into the high 30s tonight. And by the time the stream is over, it may be down into the low 40s. It might. And so, naturally, I'm wearing my coat with my slippers, with my window open, as one does in the winter in a place like Florida.
I'm looking to meet Enomil Frichtman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of Bloodnid. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. And you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan. Those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier. Take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasach. Why are you helping me?
I do not wish
smell a
to
dungeon
lose
crawl.
the one who placed his life in my hands. And you have already shown me your friendship.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can. Godspeed.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes.
All
I
right.
must go.
Kwa awalam sek.
Mashed potato misses Florida. Yeah, that's basically what I hear from everyone I know who has ever been to Florida this time of year. Of course, for more and more reasons as time goes on, but in general, every year I hear a chorus of old friends who have moved northwards that they miss Florida. Friend of mine, former student who in Pennsylvania, who's now in Pennsylvania, who often watches these on after the fact. So if you are, hello. I was just mentioning this today, and I just saw a couple of Facebook posts about, days like these make me miss Florida, when it was, I think it was like a high of 20. Something like that. Just terrible, but also, I gotta admit, it's better than our summers. It's definitely better than our god-awful 90 low of 90 for weeks on end summers. That's kind of hell. I understand snowbirds and why they do what they do. I get it. I do really get it. Now, that doesn't forgive their driving skills. That's no. Not acceptable. Quebecois especially. People from Quebec can't drive, as a rule. At least not when they're in Florida. I don't know how they drive up there, but when they're down here, they just as a rule cannot drive. Oh wait, mashed potato. Which part's disgusting? The low of 90 for weeks at a time. Yeah, it's 90 degrees at night. It's horrifying. It's really pretty horrifying with very high humidity. That's like August. August is the worst. August, sometimes into September. There are times when it goes weeks where it's literally low of 90, especially inland Florida. If you're away from the coast, it can get really bad like that. Like Orlando. Orlando really stays pretty bad. If you're on the coasts, if you're closer to the coasts, it's not nearly as bad.
The rule is still the same, you know.
Yeah, but I got a thing. But yeah, if you're near the coast, the sea breeze really evens things out a little bit, but the humidity is still there. And I have to say, the humidity is really intense, like not just during the summer. During the summer, yeah, it's a big deal. The wet heat down here is nasty, but there's also the wet cold. The wet cold is something weird. It's very bizarre, given the really high humidity down here. Like the other night, it was probably only like 50-ish, but it felt very cold. And I've spent some time in colder weather, drier, colder weather. And I can be comfortable in like a long sleeve t-shirt in like 35 degrees if it's not very humid. But if it's in the 50s, I pretty much have to be wearing this with the humidity down here. It's because it sticks to you. And then you don't warm up when you go inside. Like if you go inside, even if it's like 50 degrees out, when you go inside and it's, a nice 70 because of the heat going on and all that, it takes a very long time to warm up if it was humid and cold out, because it seeps in and I don't know, I can't quite describe it. It feels like you're wet, even though you're not really technically. But yeah, it feels much, much colder just given the humidity, just like it feels much, much hotter in the summer because of the humidity. I don't know. I don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Florida. I'm probably never leaving. despite how much I complain about the weather, because it's really just the weather that I have to complain about. Everything else is nice. I like mountains. Maybe I would like mountains. I don't know if I'd like to drive on them, but I like mountains, conceptually. Mashed Potato said, I haven't seen many Quebecois drive. They usually don't come out my way, but they're generally not liked here. That's kind of what I hear from every Canadian I talk to. Every non-Quebecois Canadian I talk to is that they're kind of ostracized weirdos in most of Canada. I mean, like, I really can't think of a Florida equivalent. But I mean, U.S. equivalent is like Californians are Californians. They're not really like the rest of us when they come and visit. And the same really goes for there's a few U.S. states that are kind of like that. Californians are Californians, no matter where they are. Ohioans are Ohioans, no matter where they are. And they're usually, I mean, it depends on the circumstance, but because I went to like Disney World and the surrounding theme parks a lot, and Ohioans stick out. They really do. They're the ones who are at the parade route with a picnic blanket out an hour before the parade starts for some reason while you're trying to walk. That's Ohioan behavior.
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katasach of the village of Wenchavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it. Enter. You are welcome.
All right. Cool. Another nice thing about Florida is stuff like this. Nice blueberry wine. I don't actually know where the winery is that does this one. I'm pretty sure it is Florida. I don't know where. There's a few other ones that are local, like just right around here, and they just sell weird wines. Blueberry especially. Blueberry wine is a big Florida thing that most people don't really know that about. People associate Florida with things like oranges or maybe strawberries. Blueberries grow so well here, and they're gigantic. Like Florida blueberries are the ones that are like that. You know, nice chunky things that are like almost strawberry size. Ooh. You've got quite the rooty antlers.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasach. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that only Enon Miel Frictamen can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now.
Take it I'm not supposed to fight the
Show us
Guardian.
your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
Really going native here, huh? Mashed Potato says, I'm going to find some excuse to move to Florida. It sounds great overall. It really is. I mean, I can't really, other than the weather, I can't really complain. If you're okay with warm and flat, you'll love it. And then it also just kind of depends where in Florida, because culturally and even to some degree, would be the term, environmentally, I guess you'd say, the different parts of Florida are very different. There's a great episode of the Tom Woods show, where he and another Floridian, he moved to Florida not too long ago, a few years, sometime in the last decade. But he talks to a native Floridian who also studies Florida history on his podcast, talking about the different areas of Florida with an eye towards people like you, people who are interested in moving here. I'll put a link afterwards, after the stream's over, in the description. He talks about a bunch of different areas. I have to say, right around this little area north of Tampa ways, there's, first of all, weirdly, hills. There's actual hills with significant differences in elevation. I live like 60 something feet above sea level, which is an anomaly here in Florida. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, basically, but you're less than an hour from anything, from absolutely anything that you basically need. We're like 40 minutes from Tampa. We're like hour to an hour and a half from the sort of Orlando metropolitan area. But we're out of that nasty little I-4 corridor that is so that's so urban. I greatly like this little micro region. Then you get the whole Tampa Bay area, which I've grown up in. I know the place quite well. It's pretty nice. It's suburban sprawl surrounding Tampa and St. Pete. So there's a lot going on there, but it's not like super urban like you'd have down like Miami-Dade, that kind of thing. Yeah, there are places in Florida where I wouldn't want to live. I wouldn't want to live in Miami or Orlando, that kind of thing. Oh God, not Gainesville. I would not want to live in Gainesville. Gainesville tried to kill me once. We were there for a football game when I was in college marching band, and we had like thick wool jackets as part of our uniform, which was hellish. I don't know why this happened. The previous band director purchased them for the band and then left. Then immediately left the school because he knew that we would hate him for it. Anyway, like half of the 150 member marching band were unconscious due to heat stroke because it was like 115, 120 degrees during halftime, or around halftime. I got burns through my black leather shoes on the top of my feet. Yeah, it was really, really nasty. Gainesville is not... It's not great. Not great. Anyway.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaxe, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
Seems kind of panentheistic. Pantheistic or panentheistic? Not sure which. Alright, see you in a bit. In a bit, mashed potato.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. En all mil frictimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see.
I like that.
And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
It's odd. I mean, just biologically, environmentally, that sort of thing. I don't know if I'm trying too hard to read actual theology into this, because part of it may be that the game devs are not theologians, and so some of it might be kind of contradictive. But I don't want to assume that. I want to assume that some of the descriptions might be a little bit off from reality, rather than the reality in the universe being off from the possible, So by these descriptions, it sounds like a weird mix between proper monotheism and polytheism, but I don't want to quite call it panentheism, because it does seem like a kind of pantheistic emanation from being. But it does also seem monotheistic in the sense of it being that which is beyond being or beyond existence. Or again, we can maybe say that maybe Teleme is closer to correct about the flame, who they are pretty straightforwardly monotheistic, closer to understanding reality than the natives who understand God, that than which nothing greater can be thought, the God of monotheism. They understand this in a more pantheistic way, in a, let's say, naively pantheistic way. So maybe, I don't know. Again, like I said, maybe I'm reading too much into this, which would be sad for me, but I like assuming that my fiction makes sense. So we'll gradually see as we find out more.
Can you tell me anything more about the role of the council?
We gather here at every long night and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of the council, and of course also the High King. Those who have complaints against their Mal may also be heard here and find justice. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then we also meet here, so that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as a same people.
I must leave. Goodbye.
Bubbling asks, what's this game like and is it good? It is good. It's very much a standard RPG, but the setting is very unique.
As you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queen. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
Yeah, I would say that it is a fairly standard RPG. It is it is very clearly I guess a AA game instead of a AAA game. It is, it's not, it doesn't have the same level of polish that you would expect from from one of the big publishers. So as long as you're willing to deal with things like, if you look down there, you see my cape clipping through my armor. Yeah, stuff like that. Facial animations are kind of subpar by current year standards. And, voice lines being a little bit... over that way, okay. Voice lines being a little bit reused and some of them get stale, that sort of thing. As long as you're okay with that kind of lack of polish, it is a really good game. The RPG elements, the leveling system and all that are pretty good. Wrong button. There's faction alignment stuff, which we can see down. I keep forgetting here, down that way. Faction alignment and such, that sort of thing. Companion alignment. There's romance type stuff. There's stats for weapons and armor and all that, and also a big skill tree system, decently big at least. Plus these, plus those, kind of deal. It is really good. It's the setting, like I said, though, is the most unique part. That it's a high fantasy RPG, but instead of the standard medieval setting, it's Age of Sail, Age of Colonization.
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Ooh.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
How do I do that? How do I do that? Let's go for it. Let's see if we can do this. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. But yeah, it's still like sword and sorcery type thing, because I've got sword and sorcery. But also things like firearms. Very cool. It's like...
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
Yeah, let's do that.
I do not have a sleeping potion on.
What? I don't have a sleeping potion. Crap. Alright, let's get out of here. Go make one. Or a few. Can I leave and come back? I hope I can. If not, it looks like I'm going to have some fighting to do. No, we're good. We're good. I can leave and come back. I'm going to have to craft a bunch of sleeping potions, aren't I? Oh my gosh. Okay. Is there a crafting table around here? No, there's not. That's another thing. There's no in the world, like overworld crafting. You have to go to somewhere where there is a crafting table. Like a camp. Ah, come on. Also, equipment can aid your skills, things like that. So if I equip that, it gives me +1 to science, which helps me craft these. I'm going to craft 20 of them, just so I have enough. Let's make sure we have enough. I hope we have enough. And let's re-equip our normal armor. Yeah, and it's right there, so I can just walk. So might as well. All right. Anyway, I do pretty highly recommend it. It is really good. Like I said, I would probably recommend it, if nothing else, just for the atmosphere. Like, the environments are beautifully designed. The levels are pretty straightforward. Like, the actual navigation, where you're going and all that, it's fairly straightforward, and I wouldn't say linear, but not as focused on, like, in-depth exploration kind of thing. But the vistas as you're going through, and the aesthetics of everything is spectacular. I am just also so you're seeing for perspective. I am playing on easy just so I can also talk to you guys without too much trouble while I'm playing, so I don't get lost in the combat and such, and get stuck doing things like that. So I assume that if you're playing this on normal or on hard, I think there's even a I think there's even a higher difficulty. I'm not sure. If you're playing on a higher difficulty, it is.
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
Here we go.
You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fall.
Yay! Yeah, if you do play on a harder difficulty, there are a lot of combats in here that, just looking at the setups, looking at how things work in this game, it would be significantly more difficult. I can see the combat being much more difficult. Oh, look at those bat things. But I can go around, right?
I need a bit of practice.
Ah, oh man. I need Siora's loyalty to bypass these critters. Or an extra level of vigor, which is one of the skills you can put stuff into, but I instead spec'd into the talkie skills. Oh, okay, they didn't notice me anyway. Sneaking underneath them. Turned out fine. Alright, where are we going? Yeah, okay. This way. Keep going. Like I said, I really do like this game, and I do very highly recommend it. If you're into fantasy RPGs. The other game I'm playing on Thursdays, the other game I'm streaming on Thursdays is Dragon Age Inquisition. We've gone through Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. The setup for this game and how this game works and how this game plays is very similar. It's more actiony and real-time combat type thing than the more pause-based combat of Dragon Age. Although you can do pause combat stuff, give orders to people and that kind of thing, but it's a little less tactical as far as the actual combat goes. But a lot of it bears a lot of similarities to the standard sort of BioWare RPG, the gold standard BioWare.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
Snow. Snowfall, I suppose. Oh, hey, a monster. So we're gonna go fight that guy eventually, I'm sure.
This stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it's supposed to evoke death. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water.
Okay, not yet.
Here this looks like a snowflake. The snow, or maybe ice.
Okay. Okay.
This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life? The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain.
Well, it is fire, so that makes sense.
On this stone, the sun is visible.
Okay. And this...
This stone bears the image of a storm. Or perhaps the wind.
Okay. So wind. Snow. Water? Nope.
I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
Crap. Am I gonna get attacked? No, I'm not. Okay, not yet. So it is. I'm right so far. So wind, water.
I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
No, I thought that's what we did last time. Oh no, it's wind. Then it's ice. Then it's death. I didn't fight the monster yet, so no, that's not
Evidently,
it.
I shouldn't have lit this candle.
Okay, so wind, ice, life.
Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle.
Once again, these visions open gates.
Okay, let's
Try
listen
to
again.
remember
Let's think it again.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feat. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek.
Water.
Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
Is that it then? Okay, cool. So that means wind. Then it was snow. Then it was fire. Not fire. Darn it.
Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle.
Okay. Wind, snow, sun. Then water. Where's water? That's it. That's it. Right? That's it? That's it. Complete the trial. Is this climbable?
I need a bit of practice.
I need level 3 of what's it called. Is this thing going to attack me? Almost certainly. Let's see. Yep. I need to go through this way, don't I? You gonna let me through? Hi. Can I go there? Is this where I need to go? I'm just gonna not do this yet. Hold on. Yeah, I need to get right past it, don't I? Oh, jeez. Erica, there's a bot. Kill it. Kill it dead. Excuse me. I'm just gonna walk past you right there. Thanks. I need to kill it, don't I? Hi. Can I talk to you? Tame. What? I can do that? Okay. Thank you.
I need a bit of practice.
Bot has been killed. Okay. What's this? Mountain with a face, perhaps?
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Teofridi. And a face is drawn within it.
The
Interesting.
spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of een onmeervrichten.
Okay. Alright then. Well, let's go back and report what happened. You think the quest broke? No. It, I think I was able to tame it, because I did the ritual correctly. At least I think. I think it worked fine. I hope.
Bertir tu mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
I should maybe save more often, shouldn't I? Just in case quests break, right? It happens, I suppose. That is another thing that does kind of happen from time to time. Just, again, a little bit of lack of polish, unfortunately. Still good. Still very good. But just, careful. That's all.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tirfredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of rules and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises.
Am I authorized to encounter Enomil Frichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince them as well. Where can I find them?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans. Here at the council, there was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirce. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirce. Thank you, Glendon.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlu.
I've already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekid and Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa'awalamsek. I hope that you will find him.
All right. Okay, so where to next? To Constantine. Why Constantine? Let's talk to Siora on the way back to... Actually, wait. Can we talk to her now or no?
Karans, I need to talk to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have to ask you for another favor.
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the Mindshakers in my village?
Yes. If I understand correctly, there was some kind of an agreement made with them.
Even though these priests would make good allies against the Lions because they hate them as much as we do, my mother would never have traded the spirits of the people of the village in exchange for their help. And she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Let's go.
Okay. Let's just quick travel. I think it's probably best to bring Petrus to this. Vedrai. Because again, Mindshakers, that's Taleme, and he's our Taleme companion, right? Alright, sell anything. Anything. No. Some of this we can just sell off, but... we don't need this many health potions. We have 62, we can sell 42. We have 20 left. That'll be fine. We also don't need this many magic potions. Get rid of some of this weight. Okay. That's fine. We have tons of ammo. Oh my god, we have so much ammo. Alright, cool. Cool. Let's go. Okay. Where are they? Oh, they're like right here. They've got their camp set up in town. That's troubling. Okay.
Hello, my child. What a pleasure to see someone come to us with such eagerness.
You look so sketchy.
Do you want to hear the word of Saint Matthias and come into the light?
Not really, Father. My name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
Nice to meet you, Your Excellency.
What can we do for you?
Let's get some
What
background
exactly
first.
do you hope to do in this village?
Well, bring light to these naive souls, of course. When we
Fair
spread
enough.
the word of Saint Matthias, I'm sure they will embrace our faith with fervor.
Anything else, my child?
I mean, there is like we've discovered before, significant crossover between the two. So okay, maybe fair enough, but something tells me that this won't be so simple.
We would like to know more about the agreement you supposedly sealed with Bladnid.
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. But since you are asking, Anne, we swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against the Alliance.
In exchange, its inhabitants will have to renounce their pagan cult and turn towards the light.
My mother would never have made such an agreement. She's the one who encouraged me to become a Donega.
The Queen had understood that the light was the only true path, even if she was attached to tradition. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your own ritual.
She had an engraver come to Valristal. He carved your strange symbols in the stone.
I do not believe a single word of this. You, the people of the light, are nothing but lying.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our spiritual authority.
By not respecting us, you are committing blasphemy. And blasphemy is a crime that we punish severely.
That's not what blasphemy
Because
means.
you think that you can administer justice here.
Okay, I guess.
I am the daughter of Bladnid, and you are...
Siora, let's not get into another battle and make new enemies. Let's go find this stone.
That is an excellent idea. Then you will see that we are telling the truth.
Alright then. In Faristel. It's... where? Where the heck is Faristel? It's in the Redwoods. It's in Vidrad. Where? Oh my, that's far. That's far. Maybe we should quick travel, huh? There's a camp right there. Yeah, let's quick travel. There's a camp right there. Why not? Okay, cool. Let's see. Excuse me? Okay. Cool. Got him. Just a bunch of bandits, though. I was expecting something much sketchier than this, like Mindshakers. Honestly. It's a ruined stone. Interesting.
Here's the stone we were looking for. It is destroyed. We can no longer decipher the symbols.
Of course not.
Strange, isn't it?
This stone was damaged on purpose. We will never know the precise terms of the agreement.
There may be a way. Promises in stone are a very ancient tradition. Those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises. An artisan who makes the stones speak. There are but a few. We did not have one in our village before Karadeg's arrival. He must be the one who engraved this stone.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret writing that the keepers of promises always learn. Those who want to seal a promise tell them to write, and they take care of it.
Eric says I sound so insulted that I was attacked. Well, I was insulted that I was attacked. I am a legate of the merchant congregation. I will not stand for this. I will have my recompense, as all of these bandits lay dead before me. Let me guess. All the way back in the village, right? Yup. Alright. Should I just walk? I could just walk. It's a nice day out. Let's just go. Whee! Turkey or something. Oh, are you kidding me?
I need a bit of practice.
Ah. Alright, fine. Move. There we go. Okay, cool. You know? Nah, I am actually, in retrospect, big travel. Yeah, the fact that the records were intentionally destroyed really doesn't bode well for them being in any way legitimate. You know, why would records be destroyed in this way if not to conceal something? And who would destroy them? Well, I would say who would destroy them other than the Mindshakers, but technically could also be a native who either somehow knew or at least suspected that this was a unfair agreement.
It looks like no one's there, but the door's left open.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's not good.
Empty. Everything is broken and turned upside down. A sculpted engraved stone.
Okay, progress.
What happened here?
It seems like there was a fight. Everything is scattered around.
It's as if someone wanted to meticulously destroy everything in this workshop.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few things and destroying the rest.
Unless someone else did this. We must find Karadeg.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas, Donkas's clan. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan. He may have returned.
Let's go to Vigigador, and we'll find out.
Oops. Okay, so Vigigador. That is still a ways off. At least it's in the same region. Very far in the same region, but it's in the same. Is it in the same region? No, it's not. Oh, yeah. All the way up there. So, yeah, let's quick travel again, because, again, Literally the opposite side of a relatively difficult to navigate map. Oh no, another fake person spamming. A robot. Why is there so many robots today? I mean, there's not that many. There's 2. There's been 2 robots. That's not too bad. I've had a lot worse. I've had much worse. Okay. Dunkus. Let's see if he's seen him. Seen this keeper.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
We're looking for Karadeg, the Keeper of Promises.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left. We could not take him back.
Why?
Did you exile him? Why?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with our stance on the Renais. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the sea. This is why he joined the Gaesrad. And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring his hatred with him.
Do you know where he might have gone?
He feared someone or something, and he wanted to hide. He must have left for the woods, south of here. He knows the area well. Is there anything else?
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Woods south of here, huh? Okay. Where am I headed? Oh, over there. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Let's find this guy. Yeah, a great deal of this seems very... there's something untoward, underhanded even, going on. Up that way. One might even say sketchy. Oops. I guess I could just do that. What's this? Thing I already found. Got it. Moving on.
It is Karadeg. He's over there.
Yeah. He seems fine. Weird.
Siora.
I expected a corpse, honestly.
What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free and able to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them. So they call on the Keepers of Promise. Those who want to become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then they teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a promise, we offer them those words.
So you're a kind of cleric? Thank you, Karadeg.
Do you want to know anything else?
We would like to ask you about a stone you supposedly engraved.
It is the stone of the Renais, isn't it? I should never have accepted to seal such a promise. I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. Not when Bladnid was demanding it. And now that she is no longer with us, these Monasinaiga are chasing me.
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it. The stone has been destroyed.
Monasinaiga, I guess, is
Kept the piece
Mindshakers.
of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs. All the details are there.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised. Can you give it to us?
No, Donegad. I do not mean to disrespect you, but I will not. The Renaigse only bring us trouble, and you come with them. They will disappoint you just like they disappointed your mother. I do not want to deal with them ever again. They threaten my life, and because of them, I am forced to hide here.
Yeah, I don't want to threaten him. I don't necessarily want him joining the rebels. That would end poorly for him and for everyone else. Kind of. Eh. Though to be fair, the rebels are more interested in fighting the Bridge Alliance, and I'm not a big fan of them. Yeah, I guess. It's kind of the only way to convince him, I suppose.
Since you want to chase the Renaigse away, and since you want protection, why don't you join the rebels? We could indicate the location of one of their camps for you.
The rebels?
The Donea Exregao. They fight the Renaigse, and they accept people from all clans.
I have heard about them, but I didn't know where to find them.
We could help you join them, but we need this tree bark. It's the only way to prove that the priests lied.
In that case, take the tree bark. I hope that it will help you to chase these Renaigse away, Donegad. And I did not think I would say this one day. But thank you, Renaigse.
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the Lions, and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Isilde.
Will help them in return. They're probably just going to interpret that to mean spiritually help, that kind of thing. Which is a very sketchy interpretation and very clearly not what was intended. The trouble with a vague contract, though, isn't it?
Siora, Asir, always with your new friends. Bertir to Madiseld, I'm happy to see you. What do you want?
Let's talk about Siora first.
Could you tell me about Siora?
While she's standing right next to
You
you.
are right there, and you let him talk about you like this? Asir? That's a strange friend you have there.
This is a good
Perhaps
point.
I wanted to hear how you'd reply. Perhaps, but I don't like this. Did you want anything else?
Okay, that's fair, I suppose. Alright.
Azeld, about this pact your mother supposedly made with the priests.
Yes. Did you find anything new?
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read it, Siora? No, because it was destroyed by someone. I am certain that the priests did it to protect their lie. You're probably right, but for as long as we cannot prove it...
We retrieved the piece of tree bark that Karadeg used as a model.
Siora, what's written on it? Mother promised to help them against the Lions, and they promised to help us in return. There's nothing mentioned about them settling here. And even less about them being entitled to the spirits of the people of our village. So they lied. They mocked us and insulted the memory of our mother. I think it's high time they left. Don't you agree? I think so too. Come on, let's go.
Well, there we go.
You lied to us.
Wait, I was supposed to
You took
confront
us for
them?
gullible children. Leave this village at once. You will never be welcome here again.
But if you want our help with the Alliance, your people must convert to the light.
Do I want to do it, or do I want to let Petrus do it? I kind of like having my companions do this kind of stuff. So let's Petrus go for it. Bishop.
Petrus, could you try to reason with them?
My brothers and sisters, you have tried to convert this village in a deceitful manner, but your attempt has failed. It's time for you to recognize your defeat and leave this place with dignity.
Father, do you really think?
Come on. We cannot disobey a bishop, sister. We better leave now.
There you go. Oh, Talema didn't like that. Oh no.
I did not
I'm not
think
surprised,
they
though.
would leave of their own accord. Thank you, Anol Manawi. Thanks to you, we managed to chase away these lawyers. And we will be able to perform our rituals and give our mother back to the earth. Yes. Thank you. Our village is in your debt. Shiora, I will need you for the ritual. Will you help? Of course, Asir.
Guess Asir means sister. I assume. Okay. That's it. That's it. All right. Now let's go back and talk to Constantine. Or Constantine. Wait, I can't sell that. That's good. Okay, cool. I want to swap out Petrus for Kurt. Kurt's probably the most loyal to Constantine, so he'll want to be here. Okay. Oh,
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, man.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes?
Act?
He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts.
What? Where was he?
I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound. Grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events. But know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
Good. I'm a little surprised that the former
In the
governor...
interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back then.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The Islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Denegat that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The Islanders said they were following the path.
Close enough, I suppose.
It was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
I mean, that's relatively close enough. It's within earshot, so it can't be that far.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best
It's
of
a fair
you.
point, honestly.
But that's a question for your superiors.
That's a really good point. We should probably go, like, literally right now and go see if we can fix this.
My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denegat?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that Islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him.
Hope for a cure, maybe?
What sort of mess has he gotten himself into?
Or just something shiny?
I'm sorry.
It is
sir,
Constantine.
but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.
I saw this really cool looking tree out there that we should really go and look at. Yeah, no, let's bring Curtain Zero, that's fine. Who are we? Hold on. Searching for Constantine. Question the clan leaders? No, let's go searching for Constantine. First, that's more important. That's much more important. And more urgent. I have to say, that's a weird side point, but that is one of the most significant things that I ever learned for the sake of practical wisdom and planning and decision making. Was the importance of the difference, or not the importance of the difference, but the difference between importance and urgency. That something can be, that urgency and importance, let's say, can vary independently. Something can be unimportant but urgent. Something can be urgent but unimportant, or relatively less important. Do it. Or any real combination of the two, and that there's a priority order to them, right? That you should do what is urgent before you do what's important. Now, if you have things that are equally urgent and one is more important than the other, sure, do the more important thing. That is so far. Why is it so far? How did he get that far? This is ridiculous. Anyway, fine. But, anyway, it's, urgency should determine the priority order of doing things, because even something of lower importance, if it's more urgent, in other words, it needs to be done more quickly, or it'll fail. if it fails, if you fail to do something about it, that can cause more problems than something which is comparatively more important, but less urgent. That you can still manage to do something about it, even if you put it off until later.
It wasn't a landslide that did this, but combat. A deadly one. I sure hope our little governor has escaped the carnage.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here.
The world.
The tents were lacerated by what looks like claws. And there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts?
No, not beasts. I'm guessing it's native magic. With the root thing stuff, you know? Control over roots. It would make sense of the sound as well, I think. Empty weapon racks, that's interesting.
Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and there were animals among the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of Constantine or Katasak's presence here. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
Okay. That way, huh?
This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants.
Dead beasts.
This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine would go.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the... Neither Constantine nor Katasak are among...
Is he trying to make Constantine into a Sinol Menawi? What's this? What is this? What is this? Investigate. I can't. Okay.
This blade is a native ritual knife. And this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms?
That's my guess of what's going on here.
Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following their track.
That is a door into the mountain if I've ever seen one. And it's not going to let me in, is it? Okay, well. Fine. Anyway. The point I was getting at, finding and rescuing terminally ill Constantine, who just suffered a terrible tragedy like this, is both more important and more urgent than doing random tasks for people to talk to the High King.
These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat.
It looks like they were. There were a lot of explosions here.
These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up again? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flame. More signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions.
I mean, they could. It was weird for our soldiers. That seems more like a Original Alliance thing. Or it's magic.
Poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again, or something else.
Or it's magic. Magic seems likely to me, honestly. Why is there combat music still? Weird.
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from?
These are coin guard. But I couldn't tell you if they served the Bridge Alliance or Tele...
So, soldiers of what seems to be Coin Guard soldiers of one of the rival nations. With
More
that...
signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on?
Weird. What's this? No, that's just a loot. That's just loot. What am I missing? What is that? This is just fungus. Iron. Maybe I just need to keep going?
There are footprints. Only a handful made it up to here.
Seraphedin's work notes. Natives have told us about a giant creature who reigned over the heights. The statue we have found could be a depiction of it. Large winged beast. It seems agile and capable of flying, but its body seems fragile and unprotected. Of course, it is only a depiction, but we'll have to see one ourselves to confirm these observations. Is that a flying guardian? Apparently. More creatures.
Stopped on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasai.
There we go. Ooh, that's actually a little bit difficult. Even on easy, I actually had to try there. So once in a while, the combat is I can imagine what this combat would be like on a higher difficulty, and I kind of want to try it someday.
These rocks
Probably not on
were
a stream,
broken,
obviously, but
as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened?
cannon fire? Who's shooting cannons? Those people, maybe? Over there? That's that, yeah, that's that Bridge Alliance camp.
I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by.
Yeah, right there.
A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense.
I don't like the Bridge Alliance, so
These
maybe?
vials look familiar. Katasach used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up.
Okay.
I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into?
What is he constantly getting
Very
himself
well.
into?
Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasach definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual, but they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
Yeah, probably.
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katasach.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donegan.
I
The
don't
beasts
know about
obey
that.
him.
I don't know
How could you
about
even
that.
think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust.
She's got a
With
point.
Constantine captive, he now has leverage to apply to the colonists and force them to accept his But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Xavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasach returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find. We're also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us.
I doubt that the Alliance would have decided to openly attack their ally. Don't forget that they owe their continued presence on the island to you.
And thanks to you, I know. But their men were there, on the cliff. And Constantine is no longer among us. Maybe those men are still loyal to the preceding commander. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Strange. Aiden and Chevalier. How do I get down there? That's the closest place. That's right here. Let's go right there. How do I get there? Loop back round, then turn left. Alright, take a left. Yeah, I was thinking Bridge Alliance once there was so much fire and explosions. That is certainly their style. That's why. Yes. Bunch of things. Mostly just vendor stuff. What now? Oh, hi. Okay. Looks like a merchant. We've been here before. It's been a while. Yes. Letter from Lady Mirage to the intention of Legate de Sardet. The messenger informed us of the arrival of a delegation from His Highness Prince de Vespe. Oh, this is the DLC. Oh, I shouldn't have picked this up. led by his daughter. If possible, I would like you to go back to New Serena as soon as possible. No, I do not know how to react to the rather disturbing arrival of this family on Tier 4D. In the hope that this letter has found you in good health, I look forward to seeing you again, Lady Lorraine de Morange.
Lady Morange tells me that a delegation from the Devesp family just landed on the island.
From the look on your face, I take it their arrival is not good news. Are they that?
That family has a long-standing grudge against the D'Orsay family. And considering their cutthroat reputation, we would do well to hasten to join Lady Morange.
I'll do that eventually. That's the DLC, the Devespe conspiracy. I did not expect that to pop up so soon. I thought that was basically post-game. Okay, let's see.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
Desardet. I am legate of the Congregation of Merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer in charge of this Bridge Alliance outpost.
Doesn't look
What
like
can I do for
Erica's
you,
character,
sir?
Idris, but, you know.
I'm looking for Constantin D'Orsay, the island governor of the Congregation of Merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous.
Really?
The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the clifftop?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for
We
yourself?
can't play the DLC after
you
beating
hear
the game.
screams,
Okay.
certainly those of your own men.
I guess maybe we will do
anything.
that soon.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well. You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me? I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one, at least?
Money solves problems.
Would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that survived.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought that your cousin's life hung in the balance. This boy will not survive long if someone doesn't help him.
Okay, calm down.
Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Okay, let's see this guy, shall we? Alright. Before we do that, give me just 1 minute. I will be right back. Welcome back. I'm back. Well, welcome me back. Whatever it is. Hello, everyone. All right. Okay, so Erica says for when to play it. I'm assuming this is quoting from somewhere. Reddit or something, maybe? I don't know. I assume Reddit. Whenever you like. When Constantine goes missing makes more sense, though, because he can't speak for himself, and he's a plot point. Okay, so he's, like, spoken of as if he is missing. That makes sense. All right. So does that mean we should just do this, like, now? I mean, while we're here, I'm obviously going to do this. At least this part of the investigation. But I don't know. I don't know if this means I should do it, like, right now. Tonight, kind of thing. My plan was to do... I'm thinking about maybe doing the DLC plot, the Vespe conspiracy, next week.
What are you doing there?
That might be good.
This is an infirmary.
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
I have a lot of healing
Yes,
potions.
at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds.
Okay. Cool. All right. It'd be great if we had Afra with us. I'm assuming we're going to need science for this. Potions. Oh, plot potions, isn't it? Yeah. Just the one. Alright, cool. Got it. Put on our nice jacket. Armored jacket. Alright. Okay, so when you go to get him back, maybe then instead to convert to DLC. That might work out.
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes.
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this.
That's for the best.
We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
Can't we wait faster? Can I talk to him at least? No, because he's unconscious. Is there a camp? All the way, way back there. All right. Let's go to camp. Let's do a snooze. Okay. Yeah, that seems like it'd be a good idea. I think that what I might wind up doing is we'll do some of the quests here. We'll do as much of this quest until it looks like we're on our way to go and just actually go and grab Constantine. Go and rescue him. And then we will... Quest until dawn. And then we will basically stop for the night. Not basically, we'll literally stop for the night. So I do have, oddly enough, my first day of classes tomorrow morning. So I do have to get up early in the morning. I have to make sure class is all prepped and stuff. So we'll do a few more. We'll do a few more of these quests, or a little bit more of this quest line tonight, and then I think we'll call it when we're ready to start the Devespe conspiracy, and we'll do that next week. Still plenty of time though. We have 45 minutes until midnight. I'm willing to take up until then, but I do not want to go late tonight if I can avoid it even slightly. So, as mentioned, I do want to try to make sure everything is prepped. I should be fine as far as everything getting ready for class tomorrow. I'm just doing syllabus stuff, the usual. But, you know, it helps to go over things. What's this? Journal of Captain Interest. Our situation here is becoming more and more precarious. Of the small squad I sent to watch the heights, only one soldier has returned. He is in a state that unfortunately leaves us with little hope. I don't know exactly what happened back there, but I believe that he would do well not to get involved. We would do well not to get involved. We are in enough trouble as it is. Okay, so we don't... So this pretty much confirms that he doesn't know what's going on. I wonder how we can survive this. We're not receiving any reinforcements or supplies. We haven't been paid in a long time. Well, that seems to all check out with what he's said. That's good. At least it seems like he's not trying to pull one over on us. It's good news. Alright, let's wait a little while longer while the soldier recovers. While we go and climb stuff. Why are we up here? Why are we up here? What is this? Why can we go up here? It seems pointless. Whatever. No big deal. Alright, let's go. Yay! He sat up.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantine Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. So is this the part where we go after Constantine? I could use some clarification on this, I guess.
I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good man, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
All right. So, question. Question Darren. First of all, who's Darren? Second of all, where's Darren? Third of all, why are we questioning him? What in the world is going on here? So, follow-up question, mostly for Erica here. Is this where we are going after Constantine? Or is there more to this? If there's more to it, I will go ahead and wait a bit. Giggidson. That. I'll start going that direction. I want to see what's up here. Hold on. So, yeah, Erica, clarification on this. Well, hopefully you're hearing me. I know you walked away for a bit, so if you're back. Is going to Digigizm, the rebel camp, is that going to get Constantine? Or is it something else? Lockpicking 3. Darn it, I don't have that. That's all this is. That is apparently a thing. Oh, I think she's up again. Darn. Well, I'm gonna go there anyway and see. Save first. Might as well. Ah, I see what's going on. The Michael is in the trouble. Because of course he is. There we go. Alright. Of course he's causing trouble. Little trouble boy. Alright. If I had to guess, based on the sound of things, it sounds like this is a bit of a red herring. Well, it's either a red herring or it's a step along the path, if you will.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Close to is Nestiri.
Sword. Yeah, my only real question is whether this is a red herring, like entirely, or if this is just, you know, a proper step in the right direction for finding Constantine. Like, if it's going to turn out that they were involved, but something else happened and got in the way, or if they were completely uninvolved, but they're going to give us the information we need to find what's next, kind of thing. Which, of course, I recognize amount to roughly the same thing. But only roughly the same thing. We do have a lot of laundry to finish up before we go to bed. Oh, unfortunately, that is true. Right, let's question Darren. Then I guess we'll wrap it after this. Oh. Is that him? No. This is a bunch of very dead people. It better not be Constantine. It's dead people.
Hello.
Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who is protecting him. Katisach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them.
Oh.
I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the Vorsht Tire, he died from his wounds.
Oh no.
That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Well, of course not. Alright, where is Katasak's body? I did not expect him to be the one who died. Honestly, I kind of thought that it was going to be Constantine who died here. This was going to be how he died or something like that. Constantine gets the short end of every stick in this game, so forgive me for assuming that he was going to meet a very sticky end. Oh, what in the world? Why? Why though? There. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Katasak. Seeing the state of his body. I hate myself for having suspected. Forgive me, Donegad. To have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do.
Oh.
Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
Is ribcage split open?
The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or a musket shot. The major wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the degree that the skin was torn. The ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasak bore the brunt of this attack or incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that could have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous, burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we're on the tracks of a man, or a creature, capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasak, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want, judging by the severity of these wounds.
We can screw it over even worse. Oh, great.
I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned or angered by what happened to Katasak?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treachery. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadaktas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
I have a bit of wild speculation that Constantine is the Guardian, or was turned into the Guardian that did that. Now, I don't know. That's wild speculation. But it fits at least some of... at least some of the information. And it would be precisely the kind of spectacular twist that would capstone a quest like this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But, for now, I think this is going to be a good time to wrap it up for tonight. Shortly after we do some of this, do some traveling. Then we'll head back to New Serene. Then we'll pick up the Devespe conspiracy next time. This will, I think, be a good time to end, and a good time to end a little bit early for me, because as Erica mentioned, I do have have some laundry to wrap up, and I do have some class prep to do, at least that I would like to, just to make sure I have all set before I wrap up for the night, and then I have to wake up rather early tomorrow, much earlier than I'm used to over Christmas break, so I think it's for the best if I wrap up here. So, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. And I hope you will join me on Thursday as we continue Dragon Age Inquisition. More side quests. This time, I promise, we'll actually leave Skyhold, unlike last Thursday. Maybe even fight something a little bit and even put on some armor or something. I don't know. So that'll be Thursday. Oh no, he gets a worse fate than that. Oh, good, he falls into the volcano. It's probably worse. Oh god, poor Constantine. Anyway, we'll see. So we will pick, like I said, we'll pick this up next week with the Devespe conspiracy, now that we're back in New Serene. And we will also going to be, like I said, Thursday, tons of side quests all night for Dragon Age Inquisition. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to this next week. I'll put the couple of things that I mentioned in the description below as well after I wrap up. So, thank you all for joining me once again. I hope to see you all next time. Have a good night.